Welcome back to Channel XYZ, where we break down the latest rides, reviews, and real-world road test. Today, we've got our hands on one of Pakistan's most talked about SUVs, the 2026 Oshan X7. Is it really worth the hype? We'll take a close look from its bold looks to its performance, cabin comfort, and price tag. Stick around, because by the end, we'll tell you who this car is truly made for. Title sequence, graphics, quick 5-10 second montage of the X7A driving shots, logo, close-ups, exterior front A0:45A 2 o'clock, host, voiceover. The front end of the 2026 Oshan X7 immediately grabs your attention. A dynamic mesh grille gives it a fierce, commanding presence. That grille is framed by sharp LED headlights and daytime running lights that look aggressive but refined, projecting a confident, modern face. The bumper design is sporty, with subtle contours and air intakes that hint at performance, not just show. Host, on camera, pointing. Notice how the hood lines flow aggressively into the grille, giving it a bold posture. The design says, I'm here, and I mean business. Exterior A side A2:00A 3 o'clock, host, voiceover. From the side, the X7's profile is elegantly strong. There's a dual waistline design, two sculpted character lines that sweep from front to rear, combined with brushed aluminum trim that elevates the look. The wheelbase is quite long, around 2,786 millimeters, which isn't just for show. It improves interior space, especially legroom. Host, on camera, these 19-inch Hyperblade alloy wheels, 225/55R19, add a sporty touch while grounding the car, giving it that confident, planted stance. Also, check out the powered side mirrors with integrated turn signals, heated surfaces, and even blind spot cameras. Practical and tech-forward. Exterior back A3:00A 345, host, voiceover. At the rear, the X7 is just as bold. A continuous LED light bar stretches across the tailgate, which gives it a modern, wide feel. The faux exhaust tips add a sporty aesthetic, even though they're more for looks than function. There's also a roof spoiler and rear parking sensors, which help when maneuvering such a large vehicle. Host, on camera, the rear design is clean but aggressive. It combines elegance and athleticism, making the car look bigger and more premium. Interior A3:45A 530, host, voiceover. Step inside, and you're greeted with a terracotta tan faux leather interior, which feels surprisingly upscale. The dashboard is multi-tiered, giving a layered, premium look. Materials feel thoughtfully selected, soft touch surfaces where they matter, and well-crafted trims throughout. Host, on camera, inside. Space-wise, the X7 offers both 5-seater and 7-seater configurations, depending on your variant. If you go for the 7-seater, there's decent room even in the third row, though for very tall adults it could be tighter, but for kids or shorter trips, it's very usable. Host, voiceover. The seats are heated and ventilated in the top-tier Future Sense model, which is a real comfort bonus, especially on long journeys. There's a panoramic sunroof that floods the cabin with light, enhancing that airy, open feel. Host, on camera, on the tech side, a 10-inch digital driver display gives you all your vital info: speed, fuel, tire pressure, trip stats. On the center console, you get a large infotainment screen that supports mirror functionality, and though it doesn't natively support Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, there's screen mirroring and voice assistant integration. Host, voiceover. The climate control is handled through a stylish touch panel. Rear passengers get their own AC vents, and there's also a plasma air purifier system in the cabin that filters out ultrafine particles, PM0.1, helping to keep the air clean and fresh. Host, on camera, and don't miss the convenience features: keyless entry, push-button start, a powered tailgate, multi-purpose cup holders, and even a central mobile holder, all adding to daily practicality. Performance A5:30A 7 o'clock, host, voiceover. Under the hood, the 2026 Oshan X7 packs a 1.5-liter turbocharged Euro 6 petrol engine, tuned to deliver about 185 horsepower and 300 Nm of torque. These numbers come from chain and specs. IDRSS (?1/2 chain and host, on camera. The transmission is a 7-speed dual-clutch, DCT, which gives a good mix of performance and fuel efficiency. Thanks to the combinations of driving modes Eco, Comfort, Sport, and Custom, you can tailor your driving experience depending on conditions or mood. Host, voiceover. Speaking of fuel efficiency, Channel claims a real-world fuel economy between 10 to 14 km/L depending on how you drive. IDRSS (?1/2) on city roads, expect on the lower side. On the highway, you can push toward the higher end. Pro Pakistani +2 host, on camera. In terms of ride and handling, The suspension setup uses independent McPherson struts in the front and a multi-link arrangement at the rear. IDRSS inverted ?1/2 It helps absorb bumps pretty well, making city driving more comfortable while maintaining composure on highways. Chain and host, voiceover, safety features are decent. There are 4 airbags, ISOFIX child seat mounts, electronic stability control, hill descent control, and brake assist. The Future Sense trim also includes more advanced driver assistance, lane keep assist, forward collision warning, automatic emergency braking, and adaptive cruise control. IDRSS inverted ?1/2 Chain and +1